They came to Jericho, and as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat by the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, he is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied to him, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way. Your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. Well, the story of Bartimaeus, there's so many different layers to it, but I think significantly when it comes to Advent, that this story is telling us that when we cry out, when we are in a place where we authentically desire the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ, that he responds to it, and that he doesn't respond to it because we were loud or because we were so persistent, but that we were ready, that we were willing, that we had a desire for that. Well, again, it's all about Advent again, and that is hope. The key that led to Bartimaeus' salvation and his healing was his hope, because he never gave up hope. He stayed there, and when he heard Jesus Christ draw near, that's when he started crying out. I mean, I imagine myself in a lifelong situation as Bartimaeus, being blind, having to have to beg for food. Likely he didn't have a home, so he had to find shelter wherever he could, and he was blind. So how did that happen? He didn't give up hope, and once he heard our Lord call to him, he sprang to his feet. He ran to Christ. And how did he do that? He was blind. But it was his hope that drove him. Well, teenagers, it's true, their lives are driven around immediate satisfaction, that they don't do waiting, they don't do, hope is almost a foreign word because it implies a waiting of some kind. And so, if I can't get it now, then I'll go somewhere else and find where I can get it. And that's not how Jesus works. His desire is that we hope and desire him and him alone. Well, teens, when they're feeling hopeless, their lives are so absolutely dependent, even though they want to reflect some kind of independence, some kind of control in their lives. They really have very little control. They're living in a household being provided for by any number of people, whether it's at school or whether it's at home. They are dependent on all these people, and so their ability to hold on to hope gets diminished because of that kind of lack of control, when they end up just frustrated or angry or disappointed, or when those things in their life that they have no control over, that they want to hope in, but then they see fall apart in front of them. Whether it's relationships at home, difficulties with their mom or dad, or between their mom and dad, between siblings, those things that even though they desire it to be different, they lose hope because they have no control over it, and they want to have control over it. They want to have control over their own lives.
If there is somebody, who's feeling, lost or helpless or hopeless, and wounded, what would you say to that person?
I guess I would say to them first, what got you here, and what have you lost? What are those things that you had before that you don't have anymore? And to see them for what they are, temporary. That those things, they do pass, they go away, and we do get lost. We do lose our way. But there is one thing that never leaves us and never abandons us in any way, and that is the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so that's why you find people, even on their deathbed, when they have nothing left. They could have had everything in life, but in the end, all they have left is to reach out to our Lord Jesus Christ, and that he was with us from the beginning, and he never changes, and he always is with us in the end. No matter what, we never lose Jesus Christ. So our hope is present even when we can't see it. He's present there, and that all we have to do, like Bartimaeus, is call out to him in a contrite heart, and he'll respond to us.